Hello, everyone. We have Alex and Milena here from Āut Protocol, who's doing a workshop on build a DAO-powered DApp with Āut. If you have any questions, they can go into the Zoom chat and they'll be more than happy to answer them. And with that being said, I will pass the mic off to our two speakers.
Thank you, Anna. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Well, it's great to come back. All right. So I'm Alex. I'm originally from Italy and then the co-founder of Āut. And we have here Milena. Hey, Milena.
Hello, hello.
So, guys, without further ado, let me share my screen. And here we are. So, the main idea of this workshop is to introduce you to Āut and the magical things that you can do with our protocol and our products. So first of all, is an expandable protocol that allows not only native DAO tooling, but also native role-based membership for DAOs themselves. For this challenge, for Build a DAO-powered DApp with Āut, we are offering 5,000 USDCs, and Milena will show you later how to easily get started. Now, the main concept of Āut came from the fact that we believe that DAOs themselves are a societal shift. People that just randomly meet on the internet have actually the power to organize, to communicate, and work in a completely different way, as well as potentially subvert or disrupt Jurassic old structures. For example, the very concept of organization, government, employment, corporations, and so on, can be completely different as we know them today. Now, the issue with DAOs, of course, is that the fact that is decentralized governance brings in completely brand new, different problems in governance itself. For example, we've seen how many members are motivated by financial reasons in joining an organization. So we have the so-called Sibyl attacks, where usually trying to gather financial benefits. Different members have either a parasitic behavior or just create multiple accounts, spamming and creating, let's say, sort of potential manipulation and risks for the rest of the community. As well as we've seen how governance tokens are not always the best idea in voting decisions, because basically by buying a bunch of tokens in the market, you may manipulate the outcome of an election, a voting round, and so on, which is, plutocracy at best. As well as the fact that sometimes we forget that DAOs are contracts that exist on the blockchain, and they can do much more than what they are used for nowadays. So at the moment, we basically have we basically have a sort of hierarchical structure where decisions can, yes, be taken by a collective, by voting either off or on chain, but then they need to be implemented by a restricted group. So the entire community needs to trust a small group of leaders for these decisions that they took collectively to be actually implemented. This is our old pyramid of trust. Now, what we are doing is basically to bring roles and commitment of the different members directly at contract level. So we expand the concept of what a DAO is. Being expandable also means that we have a sort of gateway that I will show you in a minute that allows you to bring what we call the legacy DAO contracts. So for example, different Molochs, the Moloch DAOs, or Aragon, or DAO Stack, and others that you can see in our documentation can be imported easily and expanded, generating basically a new DAO contract that already have these concepts. Basically, by bringing roles directly on a contract level, membership and governance combine with each other. Members can receive and assign to each other tasks that are specifically for a role, and improve the way they coordinate with each other and they manage their workflow. So this is what DAO-powered DApp is in itself. So you can build any piece of technology, software, project idea that you have in mind and is led by your vision. But we give you the possibility to have a DAO infrastructure behind the hood, so that your users, the users of your dApps, are active members of your community. They have a role. They do things that are functional and bring value to your project. as well as receiving more meritocratic rewards based on how much they participate. In a certain way, what the DAO-powered app is a sort of bound between a project, a product, and an entire community of their users. So now I will be showing you a few products that we have available for this app. We will be releasing a few more things, but for now, no spoilers. So this is the Āut Expander. The Āut Expander is basically the gateway to access all Āut environment ecosystem. It's the very simple application where you can import the existing DAO contract that you are working with, or using, for example, the Hackers DAO if you want to access this way. And directly from our UI, you can add the different roles that you expect in the community. There are always 3 roles, and I will show you a couple of use cases in a minute, as well as adding some interesting aspects of the community, for example, the name, a logo, and the description that already gives a hint of what people can do there. This is what we call DAO. Is a decentralized DAO-native authentication system. Is just like a typical Google authentication system. So people, users, members of the Web3 space can easily log in using the same account. But this account, this Āut ID, can be claimed only by joining the first DAO. So by joining the first community, they can claim a self-sovereign, non-transferable identity that then can be easily used. You can use easily, for example, as an authentication system on your platform. Is compatible with any different framework, front-end framework, and this allows your members not only to connect a MetaMask wallet, a browser wallet, and have a 0x name, but also to have a nice avatar that represents them, as well as a nickname that is unique. So you already know what they can do, and they already know that they can be recognized. This is how the Āut ID looks like. Is a social profile that you can see directly on your own page. Is at my.out.id/your nickname. And as you can see, it has different on-chain records, for example, your different social accounts, as well as your unique, beautiful NFT card that represents your identity and showcases what you're doing, the communities that you're part of. Now, of course, these are brand new concepts. So what can you actually do with that? Now, for this hackathon specifically, we conceived a few ideas that we would like to see realized. First of all, again, to have a DAO-powered app doesn't change what you're building, so don't be influenced by this. It's just a way to have a more functional community and really turn your users into part of your project and product. Now, that said, these are 3 simple ideas that you can easily realize with Āut. A service DAO, you can imagine it as any sort of freelancer collective. So designers, marketers, any, for example, music production and so on. So there are different functional roles, 3, that you can customize at the moment of deploying your DAO. And the participants, the members of your community can easily pick their role as well as their commitment. Meaning that then, for example, your clients will be able to see who is available on a specific date, assign a specific assignment to a specific role, and so on and so forth. So then at some point, you may even turn it into a showcase portfolio of the different experiences completed. An activist group, so you can imagine it as a sort of NGO. There are multiple moving parts. It's very difficult, for example, to access information in a fluid way. So you can create a simple role-based access with Āut, and this way different organizations or parts of the organization itself can access different documents, information, data, and so on and so forth. And the curation market. The curation market is one of the main use cases that we thought of when we started to build out. You can think of, for example, an art or NFT marketplace, where there are three simple roles, always the standard ones: a creator that creates some artworks, a curator that makes sure that there is a high quality in the collections, and a collector. A collector is the person that wants to be exposed to beautiful artworks because they want to buy them. So a curation market can be launched in really minutes using Āut. And of course, you can build any sort of identity, brand, and so on the top of it. Is completely your choice, and we don't influence that at all. So as you can see, these main products that we're releasing at this hackathon, that we're making accessible for this hackathon, are a way to compose your DAO, to have an actual collective innovation, and to use tools that basically don't prevent any sort of choice that you may be taking or your community may be taking on the long term. So you can easily turn your DApp into a coordination engine and make sure that it will thrive and keep innovating over time. So this is what we have been building for you, and is ideally autonomy within and beyond the digital borders of the community. Now, I will leave the word to Milena. So hello, Milena.
Hello, hello.
Can...
Yeah, I will be showing you guys how to start it. So how to expand your DAO. If you don't have a DAO, how to use the one that we have deployed, the Hackers DAO, because it's a hackathon. So yeah, we imagine that maybe you don't already have a DAO with thousands of members, and also how to integrate the authentication system. So I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, Alex, can you confirm that you see? I guess you see. So first of all, the place to start is for sure our documentation. I'm going to do a little walkthrough on how you integrate it and etc. So first of all, in order to expand a DAO, you should already be a member of the DAO. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. So we have deployed a Hackers DAO, which is our own standard. It's the Skill Wallet's legacy standard. It is deployed on both Goerli and Mumbai. And if you join it from hackersdao.io.id, that I'm currently doing, then you will be able to deploy an expander of this DAO using the same account. I set it to aggressive so that it happens a bit faster, but let's see.
Oh, we always need to trust. Yeah, we always need to trust the guts of the blockchain in these cases. So no worries, we have time.
Yeah, I intentionally put the gas to aggressive voice so that yeah, okay, there we go. So now I am a member of the Hackers DAO, and this is the address of it. This is the one deployed on Goerli, and I can go to the playground and expand it. So let's see how this would go. I need to join with the same account. I want to do it on Goerli. Now, these are all the DAO types that we currently support. So if you are using another type of DAO, just select here whichever it is. For the Hackers DAO, it's Skill Wallet Legacy. The DAO address is the one that I just got from here. And here we select the template that our DAO represents. Let's say that we're going for Web3 tooling. And our roles would be a hacker, mentor, and sponsor. Now, the minimum commitment level is important because then when new members are creating their Āut IDs and are joining your DAOs, they will have to select a minimum commitment higher than what you have selected here. Let's say that we don't require a lot of commitment, we're just lurking around. And that's it. So now what happens under the hood is that our DAO expander registry is deploying a new contract for you, which is linked to the previous DAO contract that you've had, with on top of that having the concept of interactions and roles. And now this is the expanded DAO contract address, and I'm gonna copy it. And we're gonna need this address in order to integrate the web component, which is the decentralized authentication system that Alex was talking about. And it's very simple. It's basically a web component, an NPM package. And if you just follow these instructions that we're going to do now, I'm going to do it in React, but it's cross framework, so you can perfectly use it for Angular, Vue.js, or whatever you prefer. So here I have an empty, I'm just going to put this here so that I don't lose it, an empty React app. The only thing that it does is to return an empty diff in the index. And what I will do is that I will get this example for React. I will splash it here. Add a missing import. And put our new address that we just got from expanding the DAO. Now here the network is important. You should select Goerli or Mumbai depending on what you're using. And the other thing which is nice is that you can here select one of these nice button styles if you have light and dark mode of your app and things like that. I will go with simple. And one thing that I forgot is obviously to install the library. So I missed step one. Okay, cool. And this is basically all it takes. Like in our case, it's an absolutely empty page with a button. In your case, it would be your app, your landing page or something. But basically what this button lets us do now is to connect, so to log in with our Āut ID or to create a new account. And what I'm going to do now here is to create my Āut ID as the signer, as the DAO expander creator. So basically this account that I used for
the wizard.
Yes, and I am Migrena.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mentor, let's say, and I'm very committed. Now, Āut IDs come as non-transferable NFTs. So basically what is happening now is that all of this data is put into a metadata file on IPFS, and that's why it might be slow depending on the day. And once we're done with that, yes, we're going to mint our Āut ID in relation to this community that we have, that we are currently using. So in this case, this ETHOnline demo DAO.
Well, will take some time, but very nice so far. I would like to use it.
Yeah, I think okay, we're done. Great. And now the last thing that I'm going to show you is how it actually looks like in this my.āut.id that Alex mentioned. Actually, I had it here. Where did it go? Okay. So this is your, let's say, DAO native user account. If I connect, we don't have time for that, but if I connect my wallet, I can edit and add some socials, change the commitment levels and things like that. But this is how it looks like. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Milena. Everything looks good. Maybe do we have time for some questions?
Yeah, we should have like 9 more minutes. So if there are any questions.
All right, in the meantime, as a last showcase, I will share my screen for a second, guys. And there is a QR code. You can scan it straight away, and basically you can use it to directly join the Hackers DAO and start hacking on Āut. So I give you a few seconds to scan it. Hopefully, if you enjoyed our presentation, you will jump on it. So, all right. So here it was. I will be sharing it probably later, or you can watch it on YouTube. So in the meantime, thank you very much, Milena. And well, I'm not sure if we don't have any questions, then please feel free to join us on in our channel. We are Āut Protocol, and best of luck with your hack.
Yeah, if anyone has questions, you can also come off mute and ask it live if you want to. Otherwise, we could give another 10 or so seconds for any questions to roll in.
Sure, don't be shy. We're here for you. Is anyone working on any DAO-related project? Yes, no. Hi, Daniel.
I think you're a little muffled.
You sound very far away.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am working on something that is kind of like a memberships marketplace, sort of like, you know, if you had like a DAO or some kind of community or maybe like a service and you wanted to, you know, have people find you, you would basically go there and you would put it, you would basically just, you know, like register it or something, like put it out there so users can come and like search for that. So I was just kind of curious if, you know, Āut Protocol can be applicable to something like that. You know, right now I was thinking about Lens and Unlock, but, you know, just watching the slides, it kind of struck a chord, but I really don't know what it is, but there was just like something there. So I thought I should, you know, put it out there and get some feedback from you guys.
Sure, no, I mean, it's a nice idea, first of all. Congrats, Danny. No, well, of course you can use it, for example, for authentication. You know, it's, this is basically a curation market. It means you need to make sure that whatever type of content, information, and so on, that in your case is Web3 tooling, as I understand, is actually existing. There is some sort of a reputation behind the person that is adding it and so on. So of course you could, for example, have open permissionless DAO behind the hood and use it for members. Thank you, Milena, for answering that. And the other question, for members to log in, create an account, and once they have an account, like a minimum commitment, for example, and so on, then they can actually start posting public content. So the tools in this case. So yeah, you can definitely use it for this kind of applications. So curation markets, and it's definitely one of the use cases that we have in mind. If you want, you can reach out to us in our channel, and we can help you out.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. I think I like the idea of like authentication and, you know, civil, reducing like civil and all that. So yeah, cool.
No, thank you for sharing. Very nice idea. Just basically self-sovereign, as Milena said. So all the information comes from the user, from the owner of the Āut. You can easily do it from your profile at my.out.id/maybe Dino. And from there, once you connect your wallet, you are recognized as the owner of the account. So you can modify, for example, your records, so your social records, or you can withdraw from a community and so on. But I think our time is up.
One thing that I forgot to mention, just leaving it here, this example that I just, this sample repository that I used for the demo is pushed in GitHub, and you can check it out and use it if you want. This is the one.
Perfect. Thank you, Milena. And yeah, that's true. If you want to, we already shared this link as well in our server, but you can easily access all of this information at hackers.out.id, and you have everything in one place. So just hack out. So, and I think our time is up. Thank you all. It has been a great pleasure as usual. So.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks so much, Alex and Milena, for taking the time to do this workshop for ETHOnline. As I understand, you actually started from ETHOnline 2 years ago, or was it?
Yeah,
so,
we did.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah. So
yeah, you know, we love hacking, and you know, that's why we spend so much time with hackers. It's one of the things that we love the most, and we want to give a little bit back to this fantastic community.
For sure, and like we all definitely appreciate it, and we're really glad to hear that one of the success stories. I do think you have one more question. You do have like 2 minutes if you want to answer that really quickly.
Okay, Milena, you can take it, but
yeah, it really depends on what you want to do with it. Like for this very basic integration and using, like, for instance, for using it as a row-based access level in your UI and things like that, you don't need to use any kinds of smart contracts. You can only use the web component, which is an npm package. So it really depends on what you are doing. If you want to only fetch the user profile, you can do that by username with an API that we have, which is just for querying, and for anything else, basically it's smart contract calls. But yeah, maybe if you have a okay, cool.
You did it. All right. So thank you, Danny. Thank you, Anna. And I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, great workshop as always. And yeah, we can end things here. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and happy hacking.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Happy hacking.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.